This is D, and this is the Come Up Straight Up. This is D. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. Well guys, I am back with a new video, and in this one I am going to discuss the need to be judgmental, why you must be judgmental. But before I get into that, you guys, please subscribe to this channel as well as my second channel, Pretty and Things. And you guys, turn on the notifications so you are aware whenever I upload a new video just like this one. If you are wondering, this is a prize necklace. This is part of the merch I will be launching, and this is near and dear to me because it is a reminder every day that I am a prize. And so I hope you guys will support the launch of this and my other products, because it's important to remind ourselves that we are worthy, we are valuable, and we are, in fact, a prize. Okay, let's get into it. Now, when we think of someone as judgmental, when we call someone judgmental, it normally has a negative connotation. People often think of a person who is looking down on someone who is not understanding of someone's life and their life history and their story, someone who looks at someone without any maybe empathy or compassion, someone who maybe even has an opinion and judges without even having full knowledge of the situation. And that is true. That is true sometimes. But in general, I think being judgmental and judgment is important. You have to be judgmental. In life, everyone is judgmental. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. We judge, and we are constantly being judged. We judge, and so does everyone else. When you go to a job interview, for example, you are being judged. During the interview process, they have no idea how you will perform once you are hired and actually in the role. They are judging you by your appearance, how well you speak, and how well you can convey that you are in fact the best applicant. They are going to take their impressions from that interview and judge each candidate. If you think about it, everything is a judgment. If you think someone is a jerk, that's a judgment. If you think someone is really nice and cool, that's a judgment. As far as I am concerned, a judgment is a result of the things we have seen in life. It is sort of, I describe it as the voice of our experiences. If you are a woman who has historically been in bad relationships, if you have been with men who were abusive or neglectful or lazy or just indifferent to you, that is the result, first and foremost, of poor judgment. Many of us have exercised poor judgment and lived to regret it. This is why judgment is so important. Not to someone else, not to the world, but to you. I'm going to tell you a story of, one of my online dating chronicles. And this was a guy I met online. We spoke, text, blah, blah, blah. So we went out on a date. It was a first date. And honestly, you guys, this was one of the best first dates I've ever had. We had a good time. We went to dinner. We had cocktails. It was fun. Then the second date was also a blast. We went to a yacht party downtown Chicago. It was so much fun, you guys, but I noticed, let me tell you something. I enjoy a cocktail as much as anyone, but I'm not a person who gets drunk. Now, the first time we went out, we had cocktails, we had fun, and you know, he knocked a few back, and that's fine. I had me a couple too. But the second time we went out, I sort of noticed him, you know, really drinking what I felt was quite a bit. Now, don't worry, we didn't drink and drive, but you know, I thought to myself, and you know, we're at a party, we're having a good time, it's summer, there's, I don't want to be too judgmental at this point, given the circumstances and where we are. But the next time we went out, it was like at a lounge, it was dinner, and then this really nice lounge. And his drink was a vodka with a lemon twist, vodka with a twist, which means that's just straight vodka. And this time we went out and this guy was knocking them back. Now this was like probably, and I didn't really count his drinks like that, but it was a lot. I'm talking probably over the course of the evening, probably like 8, maybe a couple more. I mean, that it was a lot to me. And this guy, first of all, this guy was attractive. He was a very well-to-do. He was nice. But after that evening, I thought to myself, no, okay? I made a judgment that he drank too much. Now, I was talking to my friends after that, like, because they, I told them how nice he was and everything like that. And they, of course, came to me and said, oh, I mean, yeah, you guys went out, but, you were having fun, you were going out to dinner, and, you said he's a nice guy. Maybe you're being a little bit too judgmental. You really don't know him well enough to make to know if he has a drinking problem. You don't know him. You only been out with him 3 times. How do you know he has a drinking problem? But you guys, what you have to understand is there are 2 types of judgment, yours and someone else's. And I and you should trust your own judgment. Now, maybe this guy had a drinking problem, maybe he didn't. But in my judgment, he drank too much for me. And although he was a nice person, I never saw him again after that, because I judged him to be someone who had a drinking problem. I was not comfortable with how much he drank. You see, you guys, it is so important to rely on your opinion and that gut feeling that you have, and not dismiss what you see or justify what you see and defend what you see when you know it's something you do not feel comfortable with. In that instance, I trusted my own opinion. I did not listen to the opinion of others. I trusted my gut. And that's what we have to do. Because think about it, you guys. If you think someone is a jerk, they normally are, right? Let me give you another example of the importance of judgment and having the courage and the self-esteem to make good judgments. There is a guy on YouTube, because I'm not going to take credit for this. His name is, I believe, Stefan Speaks. And if you haven't checked him out, please do. Because I think this guy says a lot of just really wise things. And one of the things he said that sort of stayed with me, there was a woman who wrote to him or sent him an email or whatever, and she wanted his advice on the men she dated. She kept dating losers because she only attracted losers, and she wanted to know what she could do because all her previous relationships were guys that were losers, and she was upset because that was all she seemed to attract. And what he said to her just rang so true. Everybody attracts losers. You can't help who you attract. Mr. Vodka with a twist was a good-looking, well-to-do guy. But in my opinion, he was a lush. Therefore, he was a loser. The point I'm trying to make is this. When she asked him about the losers in her life and why she attracted them and dated them, he responded very simply that it's not about who you attract, it's about who you engage. She was making the choice to be with men that she judged as losers. And then she was wondering why she was in relationships with only losers and men who mistreated her. I am not comfortable with a man who drinks too much. But whatever too much is my call. It is my judgment to make. The judgments we make align with our morals and our values. If you meet a man and you sleep with him on the first date, chances are he is going to judge you as someone who sleeps with every guy on the first date. He is going to judge you as someone who is loose. If you go out with a man and you subsequently find out that he has children that he does not see or support, you hopefully will judge him as the deadbeat that he is. So judgments are important. You should not be ashamed of your judgments. Being judgmental isn't bad. However, being judgmental and being stuck on that judgment can be. We are all human. So yeah, sometimes we are going to make quick, uninformed judgments. And that's okay as long as you are open to changing them if you know you are wrong. Yes, there are times when we are going to judge people unfairly, but judging people the right way will make us a good judge of people, which ultimately makes us wiser. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, thumbs it up. As always, I look forward to your comments below. Please comment, because I would love to, I always love to read your feedback and let you know what you thought of this video and your thoughts on judgment. So until next time. Mwah.